Hi everyone, it's Sarah from Plan Sarah Plan, and today is back to school launch day at Erin Condren. Today, July 9th, many new back to school products for kids of all ages have launched on the Erin Condren website. There's so much up there that I won't be able to show you all of it, but the company did send me 8 products ahead of time so that I could kind of discuss my thoughts with you about each one. So I'm just going to go down the list. The first is going to be the meeting notebook. Here it is with a checkerboard cover. This cover is interchangeable, so you don't have to keep it on there. And I believe when I looked on the website early this morning that they had several cover options for the meeting notebook. But this is cool, and I'll show you why. It's going to be $20.50. But the cool thing is this layout. So you've got some shaded areas on the left-hand side that say meeting, date, attendees, and objective, and then the rest of that page is lined. On the right side, you have lined for most of the page, and then next steps, which is great because I know that in meetings I go to, each person is usually given 1 or 2 things to do. So I would probably put my own next steps down here, but if you were like the recording secretary or somebody who had to keep the minutes for a meeting, you could put everybody's next steps here. So the whole thing has the same layout but different colors as you go throughout, but not much color, just that shaded area on the left side, the little asterisk logo on the right side, and the little header bar on the next step area on the right side. There are some stickers in the back, 1 sheet of event label stickers. These are more of the neutral color palette, but they're the standard stickers that we've seen for years and years. There's a black double-sided pocket in the back. The cover can be removed. This is not like my favorite cover, but it's kind of a one-size-fits-all sort of cover that you could use for any sort of organization. But this would last. I'm thinking about my music teachers organization. This would last me like years. This would last me years because we have like 8 or 9 meetings max a year. And I've been using an old Erin Condren notebook for that, but this would be much better. I wonder if maybe our recording secretary would like for me to give this to her. She might enjoy using this instead of whatever she's using. I don't know. But the pages are perforated, so you could just easily, I would bend it ahead of time just to get it ready to tear and then tear out the pages if you wanted to. Especially if you have some private meetings, you need to take them out of this and file them somewhere, you could easily do that. So this is the meeting notebook. It's pretty chunky. It's the size of a full-size 7x9 notebook, the same as other Erin Condren notebooks. And I think it's a great, great item for back to school or just for any business person. I'm honestly thinking now that as a piano teacher, this would be nice for lesson notes. And instead of meeting, I could put the student's name and the date. And, you know, I could write down some objectives here, not attendees, but I could put something else right there, write down notes. I probably won't do that because I have a system that I've used for years and years, but, you know, that's just one idea that came to my mind. You could always change these header titles if you wanted to, if you're thinking of some other use for this book, but I think it's really cool. I think that the meeting notebook came out at some point maybe last year, and the layout was popular. I know I remember looking for it and not being able to find it, so I think now this is going to be a permanent item that they're offering. $20.50. This is going to be linked in the video description. The next thing on my list is colored mechanical pencils. Here they are. They're going to be $16.50, and they come in 6 colors with refills. And it looks to me, without getting into this, that there are 2 refills per color. So you've got like 2 whole leads in each color that you can replace and start these colored pencils over again. And I hope they will sell these as refills on the website. But the way it works is you just click the bottom and then the colored pencil comes out. So you want to see the colors? Here's my monthly planner. We'll just go to August, where I don't have anything written yet, and just color it. I would be more inclined to color or shade things in with colored pencils than I would be to write. So as a planning application, maybe you could write down an event and then kind of create your own faux sticker with the colored pencil. What I mean is, so I just wrote down some things I think I would write first, and then you could take from your stencil, from your life planner, if you have one of these, you could take one of the boxes, let's go like a slightly bigger box, and make an event label out of that just by going like that. You could just leave it that way, or you could shade it in. Cool. This color is called Iris, and you could even like outline with your pen and then color it in. Let's do one like that. So I've got church over here. Let's outline it first just like with black, and then color it in with a different color. This one's called Navy. That's kind of fun. And then, you know, you could do a whole stickerless spread, make it look like you had some custom stickers to go with your events when really you were just coloring. This is really super cool. And we have 3 more colors, so let me quickly just do 3 more. 1, 2, 3. Okay, there are your colors, and I'm wishing I had outlined that one. But the names of all of these are Jade, Navy, Iris, Peony, Aloe, Pacific. And I'm going to fix up my mess over here and turn it into something. You know what? You could also use that shiny gold stencil ruler, but I don't have mine right here. It's upstairs with my little pocket planner. So the mechanical pencils are $16.50. You get 2 refills for each color. The next thing I've got, number 3, is the vegan leather 5-in-1 zipper pouch. It's $29.50. Here's what it looks like. We've had some kind of polyester fabric, almost like a mesh fabric versions of these, but this is the first one that's vegan leather and just kind of a step up from the others. It feels nice, and just like the others, it has Velcro holding in these 4 pencil or writing tool size little zipper pouches. So each zipper pouch looks, oh, look at the pretty color inside. Look at that. It's reinforced here on the seams with like canvas or something, some kind of piping right there, but ample size for a pen like this. You could probably hold your Tombow brush pens, the really long pens in here, because these are nice and long, and you just pop it right back on there when you're ready to go. And I pretend that's zipped up, and then you could have the whole thing organized in one compact unit here with a handle. It says Erin Condren right there. And you could have 4 different types of writing tools in these little pouches. And you could also tuck some things around the pouches. You're not limited to just these 4. Let's say that you want to have some highlighters with you, some gel pens, some dot markers, maybe some dual tip pens and highlighters. This new style that they have, which is really fun. You could zip all this up, fold it together, and you're ready to go. And if this kind is not your style, remember you can get this, I don't know what this material is, but it's very wipe-offable, so you could keep it clean. This one has kind of a lilac interior, exact same concept, but a little bit less expensive. And the zipper on this one is also lilac, has the little handle, does not say Erin Condren the way this one does. So they're the same size and everything, it's just that this one's a little bit more upscale, a little bit more grown up than this one is. I think this would make a great travel accessory as well, because you can put makeup or little accessories and things in here, maybe some chargers, what have you, and sort them out so that they don't get lost in your luggage. This is called the 5-in-1 zipper pouch. This is the vegan leather one, and it's $29.50. Now we're on number 4. These spiral notebooks were introduced maybe earlier this year or late last year. They have a different sort of coil than what we're used to from Erin Condren. That brings the price point down, but they have a really neat feel to them. I never got the A5 size that came out first, but look at this, how you've got a color coordinating stripe at the top of these pages, along with an asterisk. It's nice paper, it's thick paper. I would say it's probably 80-pound paper, but this is not the same paper that's in your life planner. But still, I think this is a great economical alternative to your notebooks. This has kind of a rubberized texture to it on the outside. On the inside, it's kind of a pearly look. But no, I guess it's flat, but the way the light is shining on it almost looks pearly. And this block design on the front is kind of neat. Would work for boys or girls, I think. This one here has kind of a blush, matches this, but maybe a little bit lighter. And then sort of a metallic, silver-ish look here. So these are going to come in 4 colors, and they're going to be $12.50. My information says that we will have fuchsia, Monaco, and iridescent. There might be a 4th one also. Maybe it's rose gold. I'm not really sure. I can't tell from how this is worded. But they come in 4 colors. Look at the inside of this one. See how this is kind of sand color? Really pretty. Kind of understated. Maybe this one's more grown up, or just for your back to school student who likes something that's less colorful, less bright. Look how these shimmer when you turn them. They're just fun. You know, they're 7 by 9. They're not 8.5 by 11. So check your child's requirement at school to make sure they don't have to have 8.5 by 11. But if they don't, this would be great for school. But also these are just great for grown-ups. I know that I never had any 1250 notebooks when I was in school, but maybe in college I would have had certainly some more expensive notebooks, and I didn't have any requirements about what size they had to be. But this would be just great for list making, note taking, bullet journaling, whatever you want to use it for. And I just like this little bit of color from the coil that matches the header at the top of each page. And maybe you'd like to organize a notebook with monthly adhesive tabs. This is a very economical alternative to vegan leather tabs, and they're a little bit nicer than paper tabs. So let's pull these out and test them. Okay, you have 4 colors. January through April is kind of wisteria. May through August is a really pretty sort of indigo. And then September through December are kind of mint. And then you have 3 that are just blank. And the writing is gold metallic. They're teeny little things, so you might even want to use tweezers with them because the adhesive is down here about halfway across before the arch part of it. So let's see how that sticks. That sticks really well, actually. So I'm not going to put them all down, but let's just close the book and see. It sticks out like that, and maybe you can see where it says January. It's thick enough that it's probably not going to get bent. I wonder if it's reusable now that I've stuck it on here. Yes, it came off, so at least it is removable. I don't know if it's reusable. I don't know if I've damaged the stickiness of it by testing it, but these are nice, and they're going to be $6.50. The 6th item is super cool. These are called reusable sticky notes, and I've taken them apart, but they came in a big flat sheet attached to each other, and they were just ready to pull apart. So there is a backing on the back, and they are reusable. So this will stick on, it will cling to things, but it's not super sticky. So this one, I'll show you the designs first. This is a checklist. This is just color blends, like a sunrise or something. This is a different kind of color blends. This one says today. This one says important, and this is another blank color blends one. So you get 6 in all. Let me just set them all out for you. I love the today one. I love that color. I love this color here. And I also love the important one. Those are probably my favorite ones. But they will come to you similar to this, packaged this way, and then you will pull them apart. It took a little bit of doing to pull apart the backing, but it also pulls apart. So just be patient with it when you first take it out. And then maybe when you use these, save this thing. Maybe just put it in a drawer or something. Save it so you'll have a backing, and you can stick that and then peel it off. It's just a light stick. You can put it up on something like your refrigerator, on your desk. I know in my case, I could stick this on the front of my upright piano because it's a glossy finish. So if you have anything that's a smooth finish, not like a super porous finish like a brick or something, that's not going to work. But if you have a smooth finish, this would stick on really nicely. If you have an area on your desk where you want to keep something that you can change, like use dry erase markers, wipe it off, and then change it, this will be a great way to do that, and it won't take up much room at all. You could maybe just make it face you so nobody else sees it, but I think these are really cool. But I feel like these that have no header on them at all, I could use these in teaching. So there could be a concept of the week that I could write on the front, and then stick this thing on my upright piano, so it's like it would just be flat facing the student, and there could be a little message to them or a vocabulary word of the day. Let me give you an example. Here's a dry erase, here's a wet erase. So the dry erase would work like, no problem. That's a whole note, FYI. So let's switch to wet erase, and we'll do, now this one's not as dark. I kind of like the way the dry erase looks. 2 half notes. Let's go back to dry erase. I like this better. And then this, look how nice that is. Breaks into quarter notes. I could have something like this just on the piano as a diagram, and it could be a conversation starter about rhythm and note values. I really like the way the dry erase works with this. I don't know about smudge. Yeah, it'll smudge since it's a dry erase. It will smudge. So just be aware of that. The wet erase underneath here is not smudging so much. These two had wet erase. Yeah, so I'm going to use an alcohol pad, but I think you could just use any cloth, a wet cloth with the wet erase ones. You don't have to use an alcohol wipe. I'm just going to do that. So in short, I love these blank ones for teaching applications, and I think the others, well, all 6 of them really, but the others are really well suited to your desk or to an office situation. And it says these are $26.50. That's really high, isn't it? I think that's high. But you can use them over and over again. They're kind of this cushiony stuff. If you have one of those dry erase boards that clings to a refrigerator or a file cabinet, it's that same sort of cushiony feel that those have. So basically, I think I would wait until these go on sale. If it were me, that just seems like a high price, but since the company gave them to me, I'm thrilled with them. I know I will be able to use these. The important one could be a reminder like, hey, we have 2 weeks left until the recital. Today, I want you to start off with your scale, and then we're going to do your best piece, and then we're going to work on memory. You know, there's all kinds of ways you could use these, and they are really cute. I think they're kind of expensive, but they are super cute. This thing is brand new. This is called a monitor memo board, and it's a holder also. It's going to be $10.50. Now, I can't show you this on my computer monitor because I have a small MacBook Air, and my computer screen is only about from here to here. But the way this is designed is that there's this peel-off adhesive strip, and I hope that it's like the kind of thing that you can reposition as needed. Probably when we see these things on the website, the item description will tell us for sure. But you're going to peel off this, I'm not going to peel this off, but once you find a peelable little spot, you would peel this off and then stick it to the side of your monitor, your computer monitor, and then this thing holds your phone up. And there's even a hole for your charger, so your charging cable can come up through that. See? This will come in through here, and then you can have your phone propped up on your monitor. You could have a Zoom meeting going on here with your phone while you're also able to see your monitor. You could even put some points here if you're participating in the meeting and you want to make sure you bring up these points, something like that. Or you could just, as you come up with reminders that you want to add to your calendar or to your planner or your agenda, you could jot them down here with wet erase or dry erase. Here's how those 2 inks look, similar to the way that they looked on the reusable sticky notes. The dry erase pops more, but the wet erase will stay on better. And you guys, there's a whole new set of wet erase markers on the site that I don't have to try. And I think they're dual tip. Like maybe there's a chisel tip on one side and a writing side on the other side. I'm not sure, but they come in some really pretty colors, and it looked like it was about a 5 or 6 pack. So this is a good addition to, I would say, an office setting, but also if your student has a big computer monitor, they could use this. Anyone who has a big computer monitor could use it. Or if you have a smooth surface, like on the side of a filing cabinet near your desk, you could stick it on that. I don't see why you couldn't. And then you could still have this phone holder right there beside you if you wanted to have a meeting or a FaceTime call or something like that. So this is the monitor memo board. It's $10.50. This is the last item that I have. This is a set. It's called Nesting Tray Organizer Set. It's $24.50. So for some reason, $2 less expensive than those reusable sticky notes. This seems like a good deal to me. The lid pops off by pushing down on these little closure things on the side. You can either use this as a drawer organizer by taking all of these little compartments out. You have 3 different sizes. So there's like writing tool size, plenty of room in there, paper clip size, maybe some washi tape or sticky note pads, large paper clips, things like that, whatever you want to sort out in your drawer. So you can easily just take these things out. They don't hook together. They just set nicely together. Looks like this. Hopefully I'm getting them all on screen. So you could put these inside your drawer just like this, okay? And then as a separate item, have this compartment, which is just the big holder that's clear plastic with a lid. So this could be something that you store files in, papers, artwork. It's oversized, so file folders would fit in there with some extra wiggle room. Artwork from school would fit in here. You know how your kids bring home so much oversized artwork? This is where you could put it for the year and then decide what you're going to do with it at the end of the year, or just keep it in here and save it for them. Or if you don't have the luxury of a drawer that you need to organize, but you still have all the little office supplies that you want to sort in here, then go ahead and keep them in this and put it on a shelf instead. You don't have to use it separately, but it is called a set. So what that tells me is that these are organizers in a set that you can use any way you want to, break it up any way you want to. But if you wanted the look of organizing a drawer, but you don't have that drawer, then keep it in here and then just put it on a shelf, put it under your bed. In a college dorm room, maybe that's what they're gonna do. Put some supplies in here, things that they don't have to access all the time, but that they need at the ready, and then store it just under the bed or on top of a bookshelf or in a bookshelf. If you stood it up, you might see the things spill out. I haven't really tested that. Now, Debbie Pettit in my Facebook group asked this morning if this would fit inside an IKEA rolling cart, you know, those 3-level rolling carts. I don't have the IKEA one, but I have one from Michael's. And I will tell you that it does fit. It fits right inside of the top tray. I did not empty out my second tray and bottom tray, but they're the same size. What happens is that it fits in there up to where the rim is on this. So it fits down there really well. You might have to pull it out to be able to open these, but it does fit down in one of those Michael's craft carts. That answer is for anyone who has one of those rolling carts and they would like to know if it fits in there. It does. So I think this is a good price for Erin Condren, $24.50. I love organizing stuff. These colors are pretty neutral. They tend toward feminine, I guess, but they're pretty neutral. And so I think they would go with most environments. This is more of a blush color like my desk mat, but overall, I would say it's pretty neutral. Neat little set. I was about to say this is it, but look, there's one more thing here. Gemtone ultra fine tip markers or pens. They're calling them pens. So let's open these up and see what we get. They don't look like any of the pens that we have had so far. Looks like the color is written on the barrel. There is a silver clip, and let's just do a pen test. Here's what they look like. That is a very fine tip. This one's called Pool. Gray. I like this one. Palm. Berry. Frost. And Rouge. Here they are. They felt nice in my hand, and the lids fit on the bottom easily, which I always appreciate. And they're a nice color. I guess Frost is my least favorite because I like my pens to really show up. But I love the gray and the palm and the berry, and even the rouge and the pool under some circumstances. But I think the gray, the palm, and the berry are my favorites. What do you guys think? It tells us right here on the cap that this is a 0.6 tip, so in between the more common 0.5 and 0.7, and that looks right to me. These are going to be $16.50, and you get 6 for that price. Now that's everything that I have, so it turned out to be 9 items and not 8. And there is something else that I think everybody is so excited about, and it's the case that's an organizer that looks like a Kaboodle's case. Remember those? I used to have a Kaboodle's in, I guess it was the late 80s. Does that seem about right? And I used to put my makeup in it. And this is an Erin Condren kind of Kaboodle. You lift it up, and it's got trays that come up as you lift the lid. And the lid itself is clear, and it has like a nice big circle that's gold when you close it. That just is a nice finishing touch to it, and it will hold your pencils, your pens, your sticker books. I don't know if it will hold a planner, but it might down in the bottom part. But it has some interesting sized compartments, and it's nice and big. And I think it's only about like $39, something like that, $38. And I'll go ahead and tell you, I went ahead and bought one before I even filmed this. I was able to snag it before launch because one of my Facebook members, wink wink Nadia, discovered that in the email from Erin Condren the day before the launch, one of the links was already live, and that was the link for that Kaboodle storage organizer case. And so Nadia ordered some, I ordered one, and I can't wait to get that. I feel like that's going to sell out, you guys, so if you want one, you might not want to wait for a sale on that one, just because it might sell out before you're able to get your hands on it. And there are other things as well on the site, like some glitter gel pens that I don't have to sample. So make sure you look at the whole back to school collection and see if there's something on there that you would like, whether you have a student or not going back to school. Maybe you're a teacher, or maybe you are just a kid at heart and you just are a lifelong lover of school supplies like I am. Now remember that when you get 4 accessories, there is a 15% off automatically applied at checkout. So if you saw 4 things like this or this, I don't know if this is classified as an accessory, but I think it might be. And writing tools usually are classified that way. If you get 4 things, you will get 15% off. So that's one way to justify the expense, especially on this little guy, which I think of all the things, this might be the one thing that I think is kind of overpriced. I'm going to have links for these things in the video description. Thank you so much for all of you who are so faithful to click on my affiliate link. That really helps me. It gives me a teeny little commission, and it makes it worth the time that I spend editing and filming videos to share these products with you. But it's my pleasure whether you click on my link or not. I just love these things, so it's a privilege to be able to review them. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you again next time. Bye-bye.